Looks like we have a few people joining. Welcome to 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon here in February. If you're joining us from Omaha or really anywhere in Nebraska right now, it is really cold. So it kind of worked out that we have these virtual sessions. Then people don't have to brave the cold or the snow. Hope you're all doing well out there. For most of you, you probably know who I am. My name is JJ Bell. I am co-president of Excite Experiences, tour company here in Omaha, Nebraska. Cindy is not with me today. She's at her home. The weather was kind of nasty and the roads are slick in her area, so we decided to do it virtually from my home here in basically downtown Omaha, Midtown. So we hope you all can join us for a while and hang out. If you can come and go. If you went to the one last week, it's very similar. We're going to talk about tours and what we've been doing since last year and COVID-19 and all of that great information. So it should be a fun time. If you have questions, try to type them in the chat and I will, if I can find them and see them, I'll be able to answer them. I'd love to hear from you all and see what's going on. Alrighty. Well, first thing I'm probably wondering, so what's been going on since COVID started? I mean, everybody's lived almost a year now in our current reality. You know, our last tour was really March of last year, and it was our Waco tour. It was a super popular trip. And it went down there and came back right as really kind of all the COVID news took off. And it pretty much shut down the entire tour industry, travel industry for that part. As you've kind of seen throughout the year, different states have different regulations and suggestions, and then you have different rules from the federal government to the state governments. And it just makes for a very interesting environment. And it's dependent on where you live. You know, in Nebraska, we're fairly lucky. We don't have as severe of a situation as maybe some other states do. So our lifestyle here is significantly different than our counterparts in, you know, Oregon or California. Hey, there's Sherry. Great to see you guys. So here in Nebraska, what we really did is, you know, spent time revamping all of our tours, going through what they might look like here for the next year, keeping track of guidelines and what other tour companies are doing, just to make sure that we are in the know and keeping everybody safe, and just kind of been hunkering down. Cindy works a lot. Our office is in Cindy's home. It's her house is remodeled to have all of our office and our office staff there. So she works from there, and she's been working on, you know, redoing hotel contracts and arranging paperwork and contacting our guests and being able to take phone calls. And then I've been working here a lot of time working on marketing and updating our logo and website, and we've shot some video over the summer that you've probably seen out there. So we've been keeping plenty busy, and we are thrilled to see that there is some promising light here at the end of the tunnel. Even though it is a little slow to get started here in 2021. You know, people are definitely back out there moving around. It's not quite the same as it used to be. Bus tours still are, you know, on the verge of getting out there, but completely understand. You know, we want everybody to be safe, and they have to make the decision on their own when they're going to be comfortable traveling again. So our first trip actually is going to be March, and it's surprisingly it's the Waco tour that is going to be down there on March 11th through the 14th. So we're going to talk about like travel restrictions and COVID and all that stuff. And so we've really put together, you've probably noticed if you've traveled with other tour companies, they all have some sort of like COVID-19 travel policy. Ours is like a wellness policy program. You can read about it on our website, excitemytravel.com. It just lists exactly what you can expect when you travel here as we move through the COVID-19 crisis. And you can watch a video on our Facebook page and see what it's like. Really, there's not a big difference. It's, you know, the biggest thing that you'll notice is masks and like half capacity buses. So it's really great, actually, because one of the biggest things that people talk about is like they like the space on our tours because we don't pack them full of people. Now it's like built in. So you can just count on there being plenty of leg room for everybody and all of the fun stuff that you get to bring along on the trip. So, you know, people have asked, so COVID-19, so what happens now? Everything with our booking process is still the same. So you can go online or call Cindy in the office and book a tour with us. You can, and then we'll send the paperwork out a month in advance like we used to do. Just continue to do that. There will be, when you show up though, the guide will have a short questionnaire that'll just ask you a few questions about how you're feeling in time, and they'll take your temperature, obviously, with these really cool new little gadgets we have on your wrists. And so, again, super inconvenient. One of the things that we are going to implement for now that almost all the other tour companies are doing as well is like having proof of a vaccine, or if you just get a COVID test before you come, and then show us that when you get there. We really thought long and hard about doing that, because we know it is a little bit out of people's way to kind of go figure out where to get a test and then come back. But it's so easy now and so quick in most cases. And the fact that you could come on tour with us and have the peace of mind that everybody, at least that we know of, is safe and healthy, I think you'll be able to focus more on having a great time instead of constantly wondering about what's going on. COVID is a very fluid situation, and things are changing rapidly. And so we're just going to continue to evaluate that as we go forward. But we want to make sure the number one thing is that we have a safe environment for people then to have fun. Because if it's not safe, people aren't going to have fun, and that's what we're all about. So once you have that, then you get on the coach, and then you'll notice on the coach the seat covers. There's like these yellow seat covers, and they designate like where you can sit on the coach. And so if you're probably traveling with somebody, or if not, that's fine too. Singles obviously are welcome. You can just sit in any of the seats that are designated with these like yellow headrests, and they're just spaced out a little bit more, so they're kind of in a crisscross pattern across the coach. And you can look at that pattern actually on our website. You can see exactly what it would look like. And then that's it. You have a mask and you have your thing, and we have a blast and do all our fun stuff, and you get to hang out with the cool guides that we have, and Steph, and we have so many, Steph and Donna, and you could just go on and on. I'll introduce them all here later on. And then we go on and do all the things. Before we go on tour, Cindy is keeping track of the situation where the destination is. So in our case in March, it's Waco. So we're keeping track of what's open, what are the guidelines, because if it becomes a case where, it's dangerous to go somewhere or a lot of things aren't open, we're not going to take the tour because that wouldn't be fair to everybody. So we would basically tell everybody as, 2 weeks ahead of time that this trip is going to be either postponed or we're going to cancel it and do it another time, and then everybody would get a full refund back. Because again, we want to make sure that it's a safe environment to travel in, also so fun. And if you have a lot of restrictions, then it's just not worth it. You might as well just wait a little longer. So Cindy's doing a great job of keeping track of all that information. And so far, everything is looking great, especially with our first trip to Waco. We're really excited to get on the road again and take that as one of our first trips back out there. And so that's really it. I mean, if you have questions about like different precautions and things to do or what's going on with the tours, honestly, give us a call. Again, you can read through the whole thing on our website, excitedmytravel.com. It's right on the homepage. You've got to scroll down a little bit. You'll see the bus seating chart, and it kind of lists out everything that's going on with COVID-19. Again, it all just as fluid as it would be with the COVID situation. So you'll get paperwork about a month in advance, and we will continually update that to follow current guidelines and just to make sure that it's a safe experience and, make it as convenient as possible for everybody to travel with us safely. So great, COVID-19, lots of questions about that. Again, we're happy to answer any of those things for you. But now that we're, as we have established that, we can talk about all the cool stuff we have coming up in 2021. Obviously, we talked about Waco quite a bit. If you are into Chip and Joanna Gaines, I know they just have their relaunch on Discovery Plus. So you can get your fill of all the cool stuff that they do and all the remodels. If you want to be there in person to purchase some of that stuff or to go see their silos, the Magnolia Market silos, come with us. It's March 11th through the 14th. It's a 4-day getaway to Texas. And as you can imagine right now with the freezing cold, it's going to be nice to get somewhere warm. And a good first start to get your feet wet. If you want to get back out there, get on the road with us and go down to Waco. It's just a blast. It is during their spring fling time, so there's no guarantees that Chip and Joanna Gaines are going to be there, but they were there the last 2 times we've been, and at some point we got to see them or some distance. I know we've got to meet their mother before, so it's a really cool experience, really magical. Again, it's not going to be packed because of social distancing, so it's maybe a great time to go. A lot of times those events are just super popular and busy, and so this is going to be a great opportunity to get down there and see what's going on. Another one I wanted to tell you about that's new is our gorgeous Galena tour. So Galena is in Illinois. It's sort of the new small town hotspot of the Midwest. It's got a really gorgeous main street. It's on the river, and it's known for its shopping, its old town charm. They have trolley tours. It's a really quick trip. It's on just over the other side of the border from Iowa. So basically, you would leave. It's about a 4 to 5 hour drive across Iowa with our stops and everything. and enjoy the time in Galena. And we're going to do some city tours. There's a river cruise. It's just a really unique trip that a lot of people don't have and have never been on. It's a great, again, weekend getaway to try something new. It's full of history, fun stuff to do, again, sightseeing, relaxation. Of course, if you love to shop, there's all kinds of shopping, restaurants, things to eat at, all kinds of stuff to look at and buy. So again, a great trip to try something different, and that's gorgeous Galena. You can look it up online, obviously, too, before you go and see what it's like. For all of the brochure, or for all the things that we're talking about, all the tours, you certainly visit our website. And on the tours page, you can look by one-day tours or multi-day tours. They're all listed alphabetically right now. So if you're looking by date, it's sort of, you have to kind of hodgepodge around. But otherwise, look alphabetically to find the tour you're looking for. And you can just print the actual brochure right from there. If you don't have a printer or would like us to mail you one, just give Cindy a buzz in the office and she can certainly mail you any of the brochures that we are talking about. We'll get it out to you right away. Another great one, super popular, is our Colorado Rail trip. That's in July. So again, gives you a little more time to kind of get acclimated to, all the great things that are coming out in the United States. There's 3 different train trips on there. We also have an opportunity to go right river rafting. Again, it's an option. So if it's not really your thing, and you're more about like the trains and relaxing, you can certainly do that. But every year we have different groups of people that do the whitewater rafting, every age group too, from 80 plus down to the 20-year-olds. So it's a really great time. They have a blast, and it's a lot of outdoors time. So if you want to, and it's a scenery. I'm sure a lot of people have been to Colorado. It's just gorgeous, and to be in the mountains and on the train. There's a wine train. We have dinner trains. I mean, just all kinds of really cool stuff to do out there in Colorado. One of our favorite towns is called Manitou Springs. It's up in the hills, kind of by that's Colorado Springs. It's called Manitou Springs. It's sort of like a hipster town. Really amazing shopping, great food, great views. Again, just a really nice, relaxing vibe. Spend some time there. Just lots of awesome things to see on the Colorado Rail trip. That's always one of our most popular tours. And that's in July. So a great time to be up there in the mountains. Before I get to one of our highlighted trips for 2021, I want to talk to you about, one of our shorter trips. So all of our tours are typically 3 to 7 days, just because we know a lot of people work, and they still want to travel with us. And so to go for 11 days or something is kind of a lot. And if you're new to touring with us, or you really don't want to be gone for that long, we have a lot of great one-day tours. And so one of the ones that's coming up really soon here is in May, and it's the Pella Tulip Festival. Probably one of the premier Midwestern festivals that goes on right now. It's just very well done. It's just an absolute stunning town, Pella, Iowa. It's not very far from Omaha or Lincoln, so the drive is relatively short. It's the cool thing about it is once you pay for the trip, basically everything is included. So you're going to have the city tour, you're going to see the Vermeer Windmill, you're going to do they have like a historical town built, time to explore all the booths and all the amazing food, and we're going to have a Dutch lunch, and then there's seats available for the parade. The parade's really popular, and it can be obviously it's fine to stand somewhere, but it can be warm. So we have seats available, part of the tour, and just a whole entire day, obviously going to the tour, spent in tulip fields, something that it's really easy to go see and do. It's really, really cool. And it's one day. So you're going to drive out there, get there, in the morning, and then spend all day there, and then bring you back. So something really cool to check out. Again, if you're kind of wondering what the vibe is like on an exciting experience, or just want to get away for one day, that's Pella Tulip Festival in May, the one-day tour. Okay, so we are really, really excited about some unique tours that we offer exclusively. And these are our food and wine tours, and these are our overseas tours. And we've done 4, I believe, so far. 3 or 4 of them. I partner with one of our partners is Derek Peterson. He's done all of our overseas tours, Ireland, Italy. We did the Christmas tour last year. Well, it would have been a year ago. Oh gosh, it's quite a ways away. A year ago, yeah. Where we did the Christmas markets. And so what we do is we offer a food and wine version of these tours. So not only are you going to see some really amazing sights on these trips, but we focus on the food and wine that makes these regions so spectacular. So you're gonna go if you're gonna go to a vineyard, you're gonna meet the sommelier and the owners of the vineyard. You're gonna get to taste all the great wines. We've done cheese tours and go to the cheese plant where they make it, and then we get to sample it and purchase all these great things. We've ate at Michelin star restaurants. We have visited different farms and saw different processes of how things are made. It's just a really unique experience, and it adds some depth to and some color to an overseas trip, right? A lot of trip companies offer overseas trips. They're amazing. I've been on them before. I love overseas travel. I think that's one of the best things you can invest in for yourself is to see how the world's working outside of our country. And then just to do this part of it really makes a huge difference. And so this year, well, we were going to do it last year, but obviously COVID kind of put an end to all of the travel last year. So we're doing Spain 2021. We're going to fly from Omaha or anywhere around the country, really. Last year when we did the Christmas markets, we had people fly from New Jersey and Kansas and Oregon and all over. And then we all meet, whether it's in New Jersey or wherever the flight's leaving the United States, or we meet over in the country that we're going to. So this year it's Spain. It is going to be August 26th through September 5th. So we will fly to Bilbao, Spain. It's at the very northern part of it. We're going to spend some time there. It's actually during one of their really amazing firework festivals, and so they have different firework displays every night. The whole town is set up for celebrations and just really cool, like lively festivals. We're going to do it's called the cheese road, and so basically these cheese are made in these caves. We're going to visit different vineyards, so you're going to have lots of Spanish wine. We're going to learn all about what makes it special in these different regions. And then we're going to start in the northern part. While we're up there, we're going to visit, if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, the dragon steps. We're going to go see those. Those are amazing. We're going to see that, and then we're going to kind of work our way through central Spain. And we're going to stay in a castle for 3 nights, or 3 days. And so we have rented out almost the entire castle to ourselves. They have a pool, they have their own library. We're going to have private dinners there. And it's not really structured in that time. So there are available excursions, but really you can do whatever you want with the time in the castle. You can, read by the pond, you can read by the pool, you can go swimming, you can just enjoy glasses of wine, or do some of the day's excursions that are part of the trip. And that's a really unique experience. I mean, it's an authentic Spanish castle out in the countryside, so that'll be really awesome. Again, some more things, and then we're going to end in Seville, and we're going to spend time in the very southern tip of Spain. We're visiting an olive orchard. We're going to make olive oil, a sherry vineyard. Just so many cool things. I would love to go over every single thing. It would be big here all day. So that trip is very limited as far as space is concerned, and so we take 20 people, and that's it. And I'm going to be on that trip. Derek will be on that trip. So if you're going to, some of our longtime guests that have been on every one of our Europe trips, overseas trips, are going to be on there, and it's just an absolute blast. So if you're thinking about it, honestly, get signed up for that trip. All the deposit information is on our website. The whole brochure is on our website. Read through every day what we're going to do. I wanted to bring up a topic that a lot of people have asked me about that Spain trip is what happens if COVID-19 tests are still required to get back into the United States in August, late August. What we've been seeing is by that time, enough of the people anybody that wanted a vaccine could have gotten one. And so you won't really need to get tested. You can just show them your vaccine records and come back. But if for some reason we had to have a negative COVID-19 test to come back to the United States, we're working with a hotel partner to just set that up for the group. And so we take the tests quick, and then they give us our results and we come back. So we are obviously maintaining that observing the situation as it kind of unfolds. But so far, that far out, we're not expecting any issues, and super excited about it. So as with any other trip, that we're maintaining our COVID-19 thoughts and procedures, and just kind of keeping track of it all. If something were to come up where the situation really doesn't get better and it's not safe to go there, obviously we're going to refund people's deposits. We're going to either move the date. We're going to do the trip. So whether it's this year or later on, we're going to do it. But we are 99% sure it's going to go August 26th. Because it's an amazing tour, and Derek and I have been dying to get everybody out there and see this. So, so that's the plan. Obviously, we'll keep everybody up to date as you sign up for the trip, what's going on, but it'll be a great way to kind of get out there and explore Spain, food and wine and relaxation. So super cool. Here, let's see. Who else do we have on here? Brian Stark. Good to see you. He was on our Europe trip last year. Him and his husband. It was so great to have you guys. So super fun. Kyle Tolliver. He is works with us. He's a guide for us. Him and his fiance now, Tessa. They do a great job. He also does a lot of our technical work when we have our live tour parties and everything. So great to have him on the team. Yep, talking about guiding. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Talk about Spain. So how do you sign up for an Excite experience? Okay, well, it's really simple. There's a couple different ways you can sign up. Through our brochures that you can get through the mail. You can call Cindy and get a brochure. You can sign up, or you can go visit our website and print a brochure, and it has a sign up form. And so you put your deposit with the sign up form and send it in to us. Again, most tours are $25 deposit, and that just sort of cements that commitment to coming. All deposits basically are fully refundable. On the big trips like Spain and the Kentucky Derby and those, we lay out what the deposit procedures are because they're just a little different. We're still very, very flexible, but it does make a difference when you're booking airlines and that type of thing. So make sure you read through some of that first before you commit. But the big thing with us is, we want you to travel with us. So if something goes wrong and you can't come, we want to give you your money back so that you can come with us another time. If now's not the right time, that's okay. For whatever reason, we will send you your money back and we will get to go on another trip with us later on. So fill out the paperwork and send it in with your check or cash if you want to do that. I don't know, most people don't do that, but checks work great. And then put that in there. Also on the bottom of our form, we have information for your credit card. So if you'd rather just put it on your card, you can do that. Another quick way to do it is actually on the tour page where you would print the brochure. You can also just add the deposit to your cart and then just pay through the cart. So you can pay using a credit card or debit card online. We do use PayPal as our service, so you don't have to be a PayPal customer to actually pay for any of the trips. It's just the way we process credit cards. So you just click as pay as a guest, and then it'll just ask you for your credit card information and your name and all of that, just like paying on Amazon or any other online site. But PayPal is really secure, and so that's who we chose as our vendor. So if you pay online, you will get an automated confirmation that says we've received it, and then we will send you an email that's from us that says, hey, we recognize that you made a deposit online, and then you'll also get a paper confirmation in the mail along with another brochure of that same trip. And we do that on purpose because that way you can give that brochure to somebody else and they can kind of look it over and hopefully they'll go with you. So yeah, so it's really easy. Again, all deposits are refundable, so we want everybody to come with us. Just send it in. So once you've made your deposit, as the tour starts to get closer and closer, for most trips, a month before the trip leaves, you're going to receive a tour information packet. That's going to determine where the pickup locations are and what time, what the hotels are, what the contact information is, any updates, last minute updates that you're going to need to know. That all comes about a month before. And then on the day of the trip, you just show up with your luggage and off you go. We'll take care of the rest. Our pickup locations, we have two standard pickup locations, and then we have a couple other spots that we use depending on where people are or where the tour is going. So our two permanent locations are at the Doubletree Hotel off of 72nd in the interstate. You can park in the back there. If you're coming from out of town, you can stay there and then just get up in the morning and jump on the bus if you don't want to get up super early. They also offer a great rate if you say that you're going to travel with Excite Experiences, so you can stay there at a little bit of a discount. And then if you're getting on in Lincoln, we pick up at the Country Inn and Suites on 27th Street. Again, it's not very far off the interstate, and you can park there for free. Again, they offer a great rate if you travel with Excite Experiences, and just get up and they'll pick up those places. A lot of times, like for the Colorado Rail trip, if you're going out west, we will pick up in Grand Island or Kearney or Ogallala. I mean, any state, any city really that's on the way, we can pick up there. We just let us know that when you sign up for the trip. Hey, the tour is going to Colorado. I live in Grand Island. I would like to be picked up in Grand Island somewhere. Is that possible? And then we will try to get that made up for you. Usually it's at Bosselman's in Grand Island. And then the same thing going east. So if we're going to the Palo Festival or we're going to Chicago, we could pick up in Des Moines or Dubuque and that sort of thing. So we can try to work something out for you if that works best and you get to come with us. Okay, I think we covered just about everything. I'm looking to see if anybody has any questions. I see Jill. Oh, hey, Jill, great to see you. Jill's been on quite a few of our trips, our Omaha Mob Tour, our Chicago Mob Tour. Um, Good to see you here on this Sunday afternoon. Yeah, so lots of great trips. Again, we have a 2021 lineup all done. You can look at it online. All of our tours are set up online. So every one of them for this next year is all out there. You can go look at them all. If you want the actual paper 2021 brochure, send us an email to info@excitedmytravel.com and we will mail you one. We haven't mass mailed them out yet because we want to, as the COVID-19 situation sort of changes and we're looking at tour dates, we're sort of like moving some of them around. We want to just have it as accurate as possible before we spend all that money to print them all and have the dates, set for a lot of people and then mail them out. So if you want one, we'll mail you the current one, and that's really awesome. Otherwise, you can print it again from our website. So that'll give you everything out there. Lots of great things, lots of great tours, some new stuff, some all of our tours from last year are basically out there again this year. And then we had a question last time, hey, what would happen if I want to go in 2022? What tours are going to be available then? Those aren't out there yet, but if it's out there in 2021, you can pretty much guarantee it's going to be out there in 2022, and it'll be very similar dates. So check them out. Check them out for sure. We've got some information going out here. Who is this? Let's see. Yeah, so great. If you have any questions, certainly give us a call in the office. Again, our phone number is 402-293-9282. We're online. If you're on Facebook, you can always message us. We will message you right back, typically really quickly. We want you guys to come out and tour with us, and we are excited to see you all on the road again. Things are coming back. If you watch the news, keep up to date with it. Get your vaccines. We encourage people to do that. And just stay safe out there. It'll be really exciting to be back on the road and to get out there and see what's going on and to travel and have a blast. Okay, I will let you all get back to your Sunday. If you're watching the Super Bowl tonight, enjoy it. I'm going for KC because KC's close to us, and we see Patrick Mahomes do a great job. But whoever you're rooting for, have a blast tonight. Be safe, stay warm, and we cannot wait to travel with you. Have a good afternoon, everybody.